All right. So welcome everybody. I'm excited for our presentation that we have upcoming titled Generative AI Meets Open Pedagogy, an EdTech Books Project. My name is Dr. Todd Cherner, and I'll be the chair of this sessions. Oh, hey, from New Jersey. Before we begin, I would like to remind everyone to please mute your microphones to avoid any background noise. If you have questions for the presenter, please type them into the chat box and we'll address them during the Q&A session. And with that said, I would like to introduce us to our presenter, Israt Oshi. Welcome.
Thank you so much, everyone. I just briefly introduce myself before I start the presentation. Dr. Stephanie was the key presenter today, but unfortunately she couldn't join us here today because she had a family emergency. So I had to take over in the very last minute. So I'm Israt. I'm a teaching fellow at the Asian University for Women. And I also have Seema Ahmadi, who is a PhD student at the Kent State University. As I proceed with my presentation, we would know more about Seema because she is actually a graduate of the program that me and Stephanie co-teach together, the master's program at AUW. So today we are going to discuss about a book project that we just completed, Stephanie, in our master's program, where we actually explored generative AI and we integrated open pedagogy together through an EdTech book project. Sorry for the technical issue. If I have to give a overview about the program and the course. So the course is titled Strong Schools. It's a course at the Asian University for Women, and we have a program called Master of Arts in Education. It's a very new program and it's very special because Asian University for Women, which is situated in Bangladesh, it had previously only bachelor's programs, but Master of Arts in Education program is actually the inauguratory master's program at AUW. And it's special because it's special because it started as a crisis response program, a humanitarian crisis response program. It started right after the Taliban resurgence in Afghanistan. So the cause was that the founder was trying to help many Afghan females who actually reached out to us for help because they couldn't pursue higher education after the Taliban invasion, and many of them had bachelor degrees. So our founder and some other fellows came up with this idea to launch this master's in education program. And the idea is that women teaching women and women learning from women. So the idea is that it's an interdisciplinary program where we have education technology, courses on education policy, education entrepreneurship, and also techniques of different pedagogies. And we also have courses like design thinking, and Dr. Stephanie also teaches that. So it's a very interdisciplinary program, and this course, Strong Schools, where we use education technology. This is also taught by Dr. Stephanie, and since it's a hybrid program and Stephanie teaches from USA, so I provide her support on the ground in Bangladesh, where students are actually, they're present physically and they're joining the session through our smart classroom, where they can see Stephanie via Zoom and via Smartboard. So in this class, in this course, which is very focused on education technology, so Stephanie came up with this idea of collaborative open access book production. And this AI in education, this is our very recent work that we did together with the students, our master students. And this book was published in January this year. So we used EdTech Books platform. It's an open access book platform. And the great thing about this is that it's completely free of charge. and it's easy to use. And there are also lots of useful features where you can use the multimedia. So as we proceed, I will give you some examples how our amazingly talented students used explore different features of EdTech and how beautifully they wrote the chapters together. So yeah, you can see an overview of our book chapters. So we have some topics, and then under that we have subtopics that were the chapters that's written by the students. And most of the chapters the students they wrote individually, and some of the chapters they worked in group. So there were two students in one group, and in the class we practiced, we brainstormed what could be the topics of the chapters, and then students actually chose topics according to their preferences. So you can see that the main theme was that AI in education. So why we chose AI? Because when we started this semester, this course, this was back in 2023 in September. So ChatGPT was got really famous, and then there was really a boom of artificial intelligence. And there was also debate. We saw a lot of debates on whether AI is good for education, because students were using ChatGPT and there were arguments about whether it's a plagiarism or not. So Stephanie actually came up with this idea. So she wanted to um, use artificial intelligence, but so the idea was that we cannot avoid artificial intelligence given the current situation in technology. So we wanted to teach students how to use artificial intelligence in education effectively, at the same time, by not losing their own ideas, creativity. But I mean, using artificial intelligence is not like a crime, but we wanted to teach students how to use it effectively and how to avoid plagiarism, and use it in such an effective way that they don't lose their original ideas, but rather they use it for their own convenience, for more effective research and coming up with more useful solutions and effective outcomes. So as you can see, the chapters, these were the topics, such as we have um, how to use AI in higher education, where we also discussed policies and regulations that is related to AI in higher education, and how we can effectively use AI in pedagogical applications, where students actually also they discover UDL, Universal Design for Learning, and also how can we use AI for underserved communities, how to teach underserved communities, and also for teachers, professional development, social emotional learning. So this type of topic that we have explored in the class. And this chapter they have done multiple assignments, lots of projects and brainstorming. And after that, after lots of exercises, lots of assignments, they finally wrote the chapters. So this is not the first time we wrote a collaborative book together. Our first book project that in that course we used Pressbooks. Pressbooks is also amazing, but Pressbooks was not free of charge. But this was our very first book that we wrote together, and this was published in 2023, and this was done by the very first master's cohort. And this book is also amazing. I would like to request everyone to have a look, because students have done wonderful job in this course as well. So since this was not free of charge, Stephanie was looking for a better alternative, and um, after that, we came up with this idea to use EdTech books, which is very similar to Pressbooks, but just some of the features are different. But given that it's free, I really liked it, and it's really convenient. The features are really convenient. So I think it's good. It's really great. So, what actually students do in this course? So first of all, they attend Zoom class sessions. As I have mentioned before, that this program is a hybrid program, this master's program. We have professors from different universities in the US, but our main partner is Johns Hopkins University, a School of Education. So professors join the classes via Zoom, and students, they have this smart classroom setup with smart board, and we always have teaching fellows like me who are always present on the ground to help students, and also to help facilitate everything, the class and the connection between the professor and the students. And this class is a highly uh, project-based class, so they have lots of activities. So I also help the students to do that, because in this class we explore a lot of new applications, a lot of new like tools, where they need, some students need support because they have not used these tools before. And a great feature of this course, which is my personal favorite, is that students and the fellows, they get to interact with guest speakers. So we have in every class, we have guest speakers attending for almost 42 or 1 hour session, and they join and they give lecture because they are experts in different fields. So they join and they give lecture to our students. And then after the lecture, our students get a chance to ask questions and to engage with the guest speakers. And I learned a lot of things from the guest speakers, because definitely Stephanie has that expertise, but then it's great to have someone who has particular expertise in one field, and then the guest speaker is coming and interacting with the students, sharing their knowledge. I think this is one of the biggest takeaways of this class. Uh, and yeah, as I have mentioned, and they also participate in um, discussion questions on Canvas. So we post readings, we post videos from our previous guest speakers, and interviews that Stephanie had interviewed in different conferences. She has interviewed different experts. So we upload that on Canvas, and the students have an open platform where they can comment and engage in different conversations, and they can also answer discussion questions. So they receive hands-on training and demonstrations on the generative AI and other EdTech tools. As I have mentioned that in the chapters, it was mandatory for them to use different edtech tools, to use different multimedia tools while they write their chapters. So when we gave them assignments, we actually assigned them tasks to use to create multimedia by using edtech tools. So as I will proceed with my presentation, I will show you some demonstrations how students have used these edtech tools. And the main idea was that during the first 2-3 sessions, they have to pick a research topic and then conduct literature review and interviews to write a book chapter. So picking the research topic and conducting the literature review is kind of the first step they take while writing this chapter. So this all these topics, this is how it was brainstormed, and this is how they have picked these topics. So interview, if I talk about the interview, one of the good things about this course is that since we have guest speakers joining in every session, some of them had the opportunity to actually interview the guest speakers. And also they have interviewed experts from different education institutions and probably students at the university, and any other person who is relevant and can provide some expert advice for in the topic. So that's how they wrote book chapters, and they added illustrations and multimedia using different tools such as using Flip and Padlet. At the end of the chapters, they also created some They also created some questions and tasks for the audiences so that the audiences can answer that, and then they can get a badge. If they successfully able to answer the questions, they will get a badge for completing the task, so which certifies that okay, this audience has now expertise, or this audience has now knowledge in this particular topic. So I think this is really great, and this encouraged everyone. So again, another demonstration of who were the authors and the table of contents. Professor with Stephanie and teaching fellow is me, and we also have one former student, Seema Ahmadi, who contributed to this group project. Seema was a student from our very first cohort. She's now doing her PhD at Kent State University and in education technology. So she was highly inspired by this course to choose this topic. And we also had 12 students and 11 chapters. So here's some sample elements. In our book chapters, we usually have a short bio of the author. And then at the beginning of the chapters, you will find the learning objectives. And this is a demonstration of how our students used AI to generate cover images of their chapters. So each chapters, if you go to the book, you will see each chapters have this kind of images which match it's like a cover image for their own chapter. So we have cover image for the book, but we also have cover image for each book chapters. And this was a task for the students, and they got to explore their creativity through this task, and they really enjoyed uh, this task. So this is just demonstration of one, and the gist chapter is domain specific ideas for lesson planning, content development, and learning activities. And the author Tanni, she created this image, cover image for her chapter. So student perspectives on EdTech books. So we also did, after the end of the course, we also did a student feedback session for our students where they got to express about their learnings and how did they feel after attending the course. As you can see that students were really happy because this was for them, this was a one of a kind experience, and for all of them this was the first time they were writing a book, a collaborative writing project, and they were very happy, they were very excited about the publishing. And some of them really expressed their desire to continue working on edtech books. And I think one thing that really motivated them was they didn't know about it. They were not familiar with the concept at all, that you can have an open access platform where you can write books like this with all the multimedia tools, and you can also publish. So even though they found it really challenging, but they were really happy with the outcome. And many of them, I think they have used this as a writing sample while they were applying abroad for their further studies. So some of the examples of what kind of AI tools we used in our class. So we used Bing Image Creator and also some others. So we gave students the liberty to use the option. We told them you can use Bing Image Creator, but you are also welcome to use any other AI tool to generate visuals. But in the class, we showed them some samples of how to use Bing Image Creator. So we had some practice activities, and this is one code by one of the students. She said that with just a few statements, I was able to create many different images. So they really enjoyed this activity. They just, I think, gave some instructions, and then they were able to get the desired outcome what kind of images they wanted to add in their chapters. So if you go to the chapters, you will see that in different sections, not only cover images, but they have also used different images that was related to the topic they were discussing in that section. So they have really experimented well. They have really explored the tools. So again, the AI tools are multimedia elements that we use. I think Summarize.tech, the AI power video summaries, this was also very famous among the students because sometimes we have to watch very long videos, and this particular tool really helped them summarize and easily go through the video. And we also did some practice on this particular tool. This was just an example, and Professor Manu Kapoor was actually one of the guest speakers in our class. And when we practiced how to use this AI tool in the class, we used this example to show to the students. And through this YouTube video, we actually showed them how to use this tool. And students also practiced this, and they picked different YouTube videos and they summarized through the and submitted as tasks as assignments. And this was also very fun because this makes life easy. Yeah. So Pictory AI was another very popular tools among the students that we have used in the class, and almost every chapter uh, has this type of video, because this was also one of the assignments that were assigned in the class. So this was fun because all of the students, they had to write a script on their topic, and then through that script, when they submitted the script, Pictory AI actually created videos based on that script. So if you go to the chapters, you will see that every chapter has this kind of videos, and students actually created this through their script. So this was also an activity that was done in the class, and I think this was amazing because it really does in a very professional way. Probably before it would take a lot of time, but now if you just submit the script, they are generating automatically this kind of videos. Yeah, which is very professional and very suitable for this kind of chapter, and really helpful for the audiences rather than just reading a paragraph. So they have added these kind of videos in the chapter. And again, similar tool, which is for video podcast. You can see a screenshot of one of the chapters where a student created video podcast using the same tool. She created a script, and then rather than just writing a whole long paragraph, she added a video through this tool, and then you can get an idea of her of the topic of what she is discussing through this video. Also, you can find this in the YouTube. You can find this channel where we have uploaded some of the videos that was created in the class by using this tool, and AI in education by Strong Schools. So Research Rabbit, I think that this is also another very popular tools that in the class, because I heard students using this tool not only for this class, but after learning this tool, they have also started using the same tool for other classes as well, because this really helps summarizing, and this helps students to note down the important points, and for this really helps for discussion, especially in every classes, in every course they take, they in weekly they have 3 to 4 readings, journal readings, and they sometimes they complain to us that they really struggle. But after they were introduced to this tool, they are now they told me that they're now more efficient, and this really helped them. This really made their life easier. They can now just um, summarize everything through this tool, and this one was really popular, and they have submitted us assignments and where they have used this tool and analyzed some of the readings from this class. So Zotero, I'm sure all of you must know about Zotero, and so we use Zotero for referencing and citation in our class. So some of them were familiar with Zotero, but in this master's program, we also had students who did not get quality education before, and they were not used to using this kind of tools, and so for some of them it was new, but we have managed to at least provide them some knowledge on this, and all of them have successfully managed to use Zotero for referencing in their chapters. So at first, it was for some of them it was a bit difficult, but then we had a lot of practice sessions on Zotero. And when we follow the step-by-step process, they were able to use it. And you can see that in the feedback we got, one of the students actually mentioned that before this course, I cited references in my papers by hand, and then I learned to use Zotero, the library manager. It helped me to do my tasks faster. So we also have some student feedback. You can see that many of them use ChatGPT because it was very popular at that time, but they didn't know many features, and they were just blindly copying or copy pasting everything from ChatGPT. But through this class, as we have practiced many things, many activities in the class, we wanted to preach this idea about that how they can use ChatGPT, but at the same time they can keep their original ideas. So by keeping their original ideas, they can just use ChatGPT as an assistant or as a supporter, or to improve their writing rather than solely relying on it. Yes, so I think they have improved a lot. I can tell that from my observations, because when we started the course, they had this tendency to because we were allowing them to use ChatGPT. So first they had this tendency, so they were just copying and pasting from ChatGPT. But through this class, like as we proceeded with the activities, we taught them how they can take help from ChatGPT, but at the same time integrate their own ideas and just not solely depend on them, not just copy from ChatGPT. And we also showed them this particular feature in ChatGPT, the ChatGPT file uploader, that really helped them. They also really like this particular feature, and then they use this feature a lot for the readings and then for assignments and other activities. And you can see that in the feedback they have also mentioned about Elicit and Research Rabbit. As I have mentioned, they really liked Research Rabbit. Yeah. So micro credentials, this is something that we also used in the very first cohort as well, in the very first project as well. So we awarded them different badges with the app Badger. So we created badges and awarded them through this app. For video creator, so everyone got EdTech Book Author Award. and everyone got Research Explorer Award and Interview Podcaster. So some of the tasks were not mandatory, such as this one, micro-credential issuer, because not all of them use this feature in their book, or not all of them created assignments for the audiences, task for the audiences, and awarded them with a badge. So whoever did this, we awarded them with a micro-credential issuer badge. So this is how it works, and this is just a tool that we use to encourage the audiences to learn more. So this is an overview of the student feedback, and after going through the questions, they have also submitted us videos where they have expressed uh, you know, their opinion about the course, and Seema actually prepared their feedback, and then you can see it in the paper. She transcribed their feedback. So if I talk about the EdTech books, then it's an ideal platform for open pedagogy. So our book project integrates AI tools and AI topic. And as I have mentioned, that students explored AI's writing aid without losing their voice. And they use AI generated media and student produced media. They generated podcast that included pictorial videos and interviews. So some of them struggled at the beginning, but I think if you see the outcomes, all of them at the end managed to use AI somehow, somewhat in a productive way. They learn new techniques, and um, I think through AI, their writing is now more effective. The writing habits have also changed. So this is our conclusion. We think AI can help both teachers and students, and it can save time. It can make learning better and more efficient. And we have also added some more remarks from the students that they say they never imagined that AI tools would be so supportive for education, make it more inclusive. Writing a good chapter with AI has changed my view. I have become more aware of ethical consideration, boundaries, and limitations of AI. And I have seen changes in my classmates and learned about the change AI brings, both positive and negative. And I have used a lot of AI tools, and I want to continue to do so. And you can see Stephanie has also written another a journal on this open education resources and artificial intelligence for future open education. So if you want to learn more detail about it, then you can also read that. Thank you so much. I'm done with my presentation now. If you have questions, you can ask. I can see there are lots of questions and comments in the chat box. Yeah.
So you had a couple. So the first one was, can you share the slides? And then I see that they would like some access to the book, but I see that there's a link that was shared by Alice. So that's wonderful. Can you please confirm that? And then if anyone else has questions, this would be a good time.
Shall I stop sharing, or okay. So I can share the link of this. Yeah. So what was the background of the students? Okay. Yeah, so this is one very great, I think that's a great question. In this master's program, since it's an interdisciplinary program, it's quite diverse. And students, most of them really didn't have a tech background. I think we had only one students who had a computer science major, and the rest of them, they didn't really have computer science major. It's quite diverse. We have students who are we even have we have even had doctors, and then architects, civil engineer, public policy students, English literature, economics, sociology, social work. So it's really diverse, and most of them didn't have tech background at all. No. So if since you have asked this question, even if I talk about myself, I also don't have a tech background. But through this course, when I facilitated this with Stephanie, before teaching the students, I had to learn many tools by myself as well, because AI tools were really new for me as well. And before I taught them, I had to learn the tools by myself so that in the class I can show them and I can teach them, help them how to use this tool. And this was exciting for me as well, because this was really an experience for me as well. And I'm really glad that I can tell that I can use these tools now. Yeah, it really made my life easier. Um, which link do you want? Are you looking for the link for the book? Yeah, exactly. Yes. I think I learned a lot. Before that, I would only know how to use how to ask a simple question in ChatGPT. But my whole perspective of learning through AI really changed through this experience. Okay, slideshow. Um, So, if you could kindly provide me with your email, or I will just try to upload my presentation. Would that work?
It's right. You can upload your presentation by click the document
Okay,
on the
okay.
above the chat box, and here's
Yeah,
from your computer, and you can upload it in the chat.
yeah. Okay, I'll just upload it in the chat box. So, showing that my network is, yeah, it's not uploading. It shows that my network is disconnected. So is it fine if I just share with you via email? So
Yes, you can send the slides to me, and I will upload it with the recorded video together.
okay, yeah, that would be great, because I tried to upload it, but then my network, I'm really sorry, my network is not very good at this moment. Yeah. What are the next career steps for women who finish this course? Yeah, that's also a great question. So if I give you an overview of, because we have our first batch who graduated this year in February. So for instance, Seema, who wrote the forward for this book. She had a degree in computer science before, and then now after completing this master's program, Seema is now currently doing a PhD at Kent State University in education technology. And we have students, other graduates, two more graduates who are also doing their PhD in different fields, such as social work in education, in philanthropy. So they have chosen their preferred field after they completed the course. And many of our graduates are working with, we have this collaborative project with UNICEF. So they're working as a trainers for the teachers at UNICEF. So they are now in the Rohingya camps in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh. So they are training the UNICEF trainers. And yeah, so they're working as trainers now. And we also have students who is working with USAID, and some of them are working as teachers in different education institutes, or yeah. So these are some of the careers they have pursued. And we have our second cohort they're about to graduate, and we also have our third cohort. And one of the authors, I forgot which chapter she wrote, but one of the students actually this year, she has received Chevening scholarships, and Chevening scholarship, and she is now going to UK to pursue her second master's in education policy. So Yeah.
Okay, I think this is this session, and we will see you later at 1:30, where we'll have a lunch break, and next session will begin at 1:30 p.m. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I
See you
just have
next time.
one question. Should I send my presentation to you? Because like,
Yeah. I just sent you another email to follow up this.
okay. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Thanks, everyone.